As suggested by the title, today I'm going to be building a tower in Townscraper. Now, this tower will be incredibly intricate. Well, I mean, I say intricate, but it's just going to look like a blob of fucking shit that's just going up to the sky. That's all I can build in this game. And that's all that it needs to look good. You just need to build things in orders, random color, anything. That's all you have to do for this game. As you can see right now, I'm just building the frame of it, the actual building part. I'm gonna add on stuff on the inside, and I'm gonna add outer stuff, and I'm gonna break into the building. One of the biggest things about this is me breaking into the building. And if you watch the last Townscraper video I did, it was a more sort of outward spiral. It only had one structure that was like, I think, 9 blocks that's only directly connected to the floor, and then it spiraled out and nothing else is connected to the floor aside from those 9 blocks. This, however, is different because there's a lot less space, and it also goes directly up, which this was a little more challenging because I had a lot less space to work with. I still found a way, and even through, as you can see, the game's retarded mechanics right here, making random shit, have roofs, and I still haven't, found out exactly how this game works, especially the way the rooftop works, and, all that. A lot of stuff like that it's not, what's the word? Customizable. It's not something you can change. The game just does what it chooses to do, and all you have power over is a small set amount, which was my biggest concern. Not concern. I hate to use the word concern because I didn't have concerns for this. I just built tower and place stuff down, colors. That's all that I did for this. That's it. But this was easier and also harder than the other one I did. And if you haven't seen the other one I did, I'm gonna use it as reference a lot for this because it's the only other reference I have. I should probably start talking about the tower itself. I mean, there's not much to say, is there? Like, I'm just fucking throwing down shit. That's all I'm doing. It's pretty self-explanatory. I could throw some lo-fi in the back, completely cut this voice part out, be a 10 times better video. But I wouldn't feel like I put in enough work, and I don't want to put in enough work. I could be doing things 10 times better than this. I could be actually producing something of quality if I wanted to work. I don't want to work, but I want to feel like I'm working. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. Back to the tower. So one of the things that I didn't want to do is I didn't want to have the parts that are expanding out of the tower go too far out, because then that would just look weird. So for most of the external parts, external buildings, etc., I only had them go one out if I had them go out at all. I did dig into the building a lot, which probably isn't the best for its safety. God, I forgot the word. Its structure. Fuck, I'm retarded. Let's continue. But it gave it a lot of depth. I'm using depth very loosely because I don't 100% know what depth means in the art form. I hope I'm using it correctly. I don't care if I'm using it correctly because 7 people are gonna hear me. Using depth, like this. But as I was saying, giving it more external parts and then digging into the building gave it a lot more depth, and it gave a lot more to look at. If you look at the bottom right now, there's plenty of colors. There's plenty of shit to look at and plenty to go into too. One of the things that I love about this game is imagining how this would actually plan out. If there were people here, if there was anything. I think this would be super cool. I would certainly stay here. I mean, it's a little concerning that it's in the middle of the ocean. Like, I haven't seen land or like a boat. So if we're just like one tower vibing in the ocean permanently, like no landmass around, I think I'd have a little bit of an issue. But if I had like 5G, if they put like a 5G tower on, I think I could stay there. I don't know though. I haven't stayed in many towers. What constitutes a tower? How tall does something have to be a tower? Because this is obviously a tower. I live in a two-story house. Can I call that a tower? How many stories does a building have to be considered to have half? Wait, how many stories does a building have to be a tower? 15 stories. I don't think my two-story house. It's kind of like three-story actually, because it's got the first story and the second story, and then the attic. I can access the attic from my second story. It's really cool. There's like this little hatch in my closet. I'm getting off topic of the tower, but I'm gonna go off about my closet hatch. I can't access it because people have hid drugs in there, and so it's blocked off. I can't access the attic through my little hatch on the ceiling of my closet. But it's just super cool that it's there, Yeah. But with the tower, I don't know, man. Oh, I'm already done. I'm already near. Yeah. Wow. And you can certainly see me working away there. It's going a little too fast for me to commentate over it. How do commentators do that shit? Like, I get they're good at the game. Like, they know what they're talking about. Some commentators do. They know what they're talking about. But one of the specific thoughts I remember thinking during this was, how the fuck do I incorporate more colors into this? So how do I get more yellow, more green? And I chose the ugliest color. I chose the ugliest yellow. I chose the ugliest colors. I mean, if you look at the left, there aren't that many colors to choose from in the first place. I mean, there's a few, but they all look ugly. Like the red at the top, that's just like straight red. The white at the bottom, it's white, but it's kind of like a grayish. And then the actual gray is just stinky gray, I guess. It's stinky gray. It's stinky gray. Stinky gray. The color above the gray at the third from the bottom, that's like a weird orange. I'm naming but it doesn't belong there because the orange is right at the top, right below the bright red. But that's like no, that's more like a, what is that? That color. Third from the bottom. I'm not gonna zoom in on it, on the actual. Oh, it's done. Yeah. Oh yeah, the tower. Yeah, there. Look at it. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Yeah, I strayed off the path just a little. I started shooting the shit just a little. But I you know me. Yeah. That's all. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. I also hope you enjoyed the tower. I think it looks pretty nice. So I'll see you. In the meantime, goodbye.